to the Women Today show with Christine Amira. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are glad to have you here, especially now that we're in the month of February, yeah? The month of February where we celebrate love, love in different forms, different dimensions, and different manifestations. Interestingly, I would like to also say that I love you, all my viewers. Thank you so much for standing in this journey with me through it all. And just so that we can mark the Valentine's edition in this month of love, I'll be trying to tell you stories of different couples that I really love and appreciate. My favorite couples, actually. Today we'll be bringing in maybe a couple you've seen on Instagram or social media, YouTube, Julie and Pete Kariuki. I have the honor of telling their story today, and I'm glad that you're here. I hope that you will enjoy, because love is a beautiful thing. Love empowers. Love brings out the best in people. Love encourages. Love is having a partner in life, you know, to carry you through. So I guess today you get that we're talking about love in the manifestation of romance, right? And I'm happy that you're here. So let's get inspired in love today. Welcome to Women Today show.
Thank you.
Happy to host you today. I think it's something I've been waiting to do.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
It's my second time here.
Yeah,
so
So
excited.
the first one didn't go the way I wanted, actually.
It was Zoom. Yeah.
Too many complications. I like this. And I hope to host you many more times.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you. Happy to come anytime.
Yeah. Tell us your names. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But you're,
Okay, I'm Julie Kariukii,
yeah.
and this is the karaoke.
Yes, the karaoke, Peter Kariuki. So good to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us here.
You're welcome. So I don't know if you could just start by telling us a short love story. Like, how
Okay.
did you guys meet?
Yes.
How long ago was that?
Yes.
Yeah.
We met in high school. So we are kind of like high school sweethearts, but we didn't date in high school. So we met in high school, hello, exchanged greetings, and then now after that we met in a camp, and then that's when we exchanged numbers.
In a camp, church camp?
Church, yeah, it was a church camp. Yeah, they used to
Yeah.
come to our schools, so we met in the December holidays. That's when we kind of started. It wasn't love, but it was just, there was some exclusivity, and we didn't know yet, you know. So we would find ourselves talking to 2 a.m. in the night, and the camp supervisors would be the ones telling us, guys, go, you know. So we just found so much warmth in each other, just talking, and then now after we finished high school, we met in a 1-year program. Now that's when we
You started
started.
dating
Yeah,
after high school?
after high
So
school.
through uni, you were dating.
All of it, yes.
All
So
of
it was
it.
breakup, makeup, a lot of it, a whole 7 years of dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, through uni, yeah. So it's just been that guy everyone has known as my boyfriend, and then our husband. Yeah, your side.
Yeah, met in high school. I know my wife has summarized it,
Yeah.
but packed in between is a lot of adventure, a lot of action, and
no,
a lot
Action
of
sounds weird.
Yeah,
I
it's a lot of action.
Oh, what does that mean?
A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
for me, I was in a place where, of course, in high school I'd made up my mind. It's not time to date. It's time to study.
Yeah.
You know. So, but that's the initial space where we met, and then after that, of course, my commitment. I felt something for her, but I couldn't tell her. You know. I couldn't tell her. I think I was either too scared to tell her, or not too confident to say this is it. You know.
Yeah.
So that confidence actually came much later in life, and went to Campo, got into long distance relationship. She went and left and went to the States. We dated for two years.
Close to 2 years.
2 years,
Yes.
long distance. So thank God for Facebook. So we'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
But time difference will limit, you know,
Yeah.
effective communication.
Yeah.
But that's the action. That's the action I'm talking about.
Yeah. There was a lot of those happening in those 7 years. A lot
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah.
A lot, including 4 very big breakups.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
somehow it worked.
You see,
Yeah.
it's so lucky. You guys are lucky to meet love and find love so young and
Yeah.
make it work for you, you know,
Yeah.
all through up to now. Yeah.
Yeah, but is it really luck? I think
It's work.
it's work.
It's work.
It's more
It's
of work.
work and
Yeah.
just because it's not easy.
And choices.
Yeah,
like
of
just
course
deciding.
there are competing stuff going on. There's all these voices going on.
Yeah.
There's all this, you know, people asking you on the side, are you sure he's the one?
Yeah.
Are you
'Cause
sure
you're so
she's
young.
the one?
Yeah.
You know, will he waste your time?
Yeah.
You know, so there's all those stuff going on. So the fact that you're able to just soldier on through such conversations, it refines your commitment, and you're like, okay, if I've fought all these fights, it means I'm sure
There's
about
something.
this.
There's something in here. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what your first impressions? You first saw them in high school, like.
Yes.
When
First
you saw
impression.
video, like, what did you think?
If an a gesture would, it was an eye roll. Eye roll, like in this way.
Really?
He was a popular kid in school. So to me, that was just a turn. Of course, it's like all the girls gravitate to you. So for me, it was just an eye roll. Like a friend of mine introduced us and said, "This is Pete." So I just said hi for the sake of it, because, you know, like in my head, I thought he was this guy with a big head because you're popular, because people like you. So that was my first impression. Like, whatever, Mr. Polite. Oh whoa! I was wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
She didn't. It took action and work to get her to and convince her.
Yeah.
But for me, first impression was, of course, she was walking with my friend, so I knew my friend. All right, so I'm going to say hi to my friend, and then my friend introduces me to her. I say, "Oh, this is my friend." Like, okay, that's good.
I think we just shook hands. I mean, we just said hi. And it
Yeah,
was over.
then it wasn't even
Nothing.
in your mind.
You're in uniform.
And, you
In
know,
high school.
never thought about it.
You met later. You know, if it was just nothing,
Yeah.
then you'd have it.
Now when you look at
Like
it
later
now,
on, like
it's
that.
when we are like, that was such a divine moment. But at the
It
moment,
wasn't.
there was no fireworks.
It
There was
wasn't love
nothing.
at
I
first
didn't feel
sight.
anything.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was
was
more of like love
yeah.
at future sights. You know, like
for you, it was just another person
yeah,
you're
it was
meeting.
another funky at school.
Wow.
You know?
Another person.
We should have forgotten after. They like, why did I see you? You know,
Yeah.
the next time you
Because
have
in between,
other-
you didn't
In
think
between
about
we
this
didn't
chick,
until
Julie.
the camp, until the
Yeah.
youth camp, and I'm like, why am I feeling this chick like this? You know,
At the camp, you weren't feeling me though.
you know what
You
happened?
were? At what?
So let me tell you what I
Oh,
was feeling.
sorry. Anja, this is so good.
So the camp,
I've never known.
you know the way during dinner times or lunch times you come together and you're all seated in a table mixed up and you're getting to talk.
Yeah.
So she was really standing out from everyone else. Yeah.
Okay.
She was very outspoken,
Yeah. And I love that
very
about her too.
confident. I'm like, who's this girl who is like almost like an activist
Oh,
at
yeah.
such a young age,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So I'm like, so
I-
that took my attention.
I think you were used to yes people. I think people who were around him at that time, it could be wrong, but they were just they were people. They wanted to please him so much. So he had never met someone who had a completely different.
Okay.
So we were seated in this table. We've met literally for the first time since our first meeting. So we seated in this huge table with about 12 of us, high schoolers.
Yeah.
And then a topic started. I had put a head wrap around my head. I think it was a cold night. It was Karen.
Yeah.
So someone said, "You look like a Muslim," and I was like, "No, I'm not a Muslim, you know." And he started saying, "Kweli, what's wrong with being a Muslim?" Because he has family that's Muslim.
Oh, okay.
So I remember saying, "There's nothing wrong. I'm just saying I'm not, you know." And we started like fighting
Wow.
over, you know, and everyone is like, "This is awkward," and you know, we kept going at it. I'm like, "Me, I don't have anything against Muslim. No, I haven't." And then he was like, "No, you sound like you don't like." So it was that. But I think that also captured him because he was like, okay, this chick is different. And me, I went at it. I was like, what are you? You will not put it on me that I'm anti-Islam. I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not a
You're
Muslim.
not, yeah.
Yeah. So I think for the first time he encountered something like that. Yeah. And then now during that camp, I had really done badly in school. I was in Form 3, grade Form 4.
Yeah.
I was really struggling with my academics.
Okay.
And he was an A student. So we started talking and I started telling him my issues. I'm like, chemistry, biology is not entering. Mathematics is not entering my head.
Yeah.
And now he started just encouraging me and telling me, how about you try this approach? How about you try this approach? And guess what, it worked.
Yeah.
And then to Form 4 now,
Yeah.
first time, I improved 71 positions.
Wow.
I was given award best improved. Love is powerful,
Love
my
is
friend.
powerful.
Love!
It's meeting
What
the
can you do?
right
Love can make you
person. They make you
It can
become
make you
better.
pass.
make you better. Can make you
love
your
can make
highest
you better.
potential.
Can make
Can
you
make you
an A
love
student.
chemistry.
Love chemistry.
Can make you
For
love
the
chemistry.
first time, yeah.
And
So
biology.
we kept encouraging each other over the holidays. Yeah, so by the time I was from fourth term KCSE, you know, I did well because most of it I would accredit to just the encouragement he gave me and just looking at studies at different angles. Yeah. But that time we were not even in love, we not exchanged letters or
So who
anything.
said I love you first?
Oh,
And
this
when did
took
you
a
say
while.
it?
This took a while.
Yeah.
Who was it?
You know, sometimes this is a downside of finding love when you're too young.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
It's very different when you find love when you're mature.
Yes.
When you find love when you're too young, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. All right? Because there are too many limitations.
Yeah.
You're still in your parents' house. You're still a dependent.
Yeah.
You're still. So
You
this
don't
love
have
thing
any
is trying to
money.
come out. You're trying to tell you, just relax.
Yeah.
Keep quiet. You're
Yeah.
still not yet.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have the right stuff going on.
Okay.
You know, so I think with all that, I was very discreet in expressing it.
Okay.
My expression of love was more in action.
Okay.
I wasn't a saying person, I was a doing person.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I used to
Yeah.
do a lot of things exclusively for her.
Yes.
And that was my way of communicating,
Okay.
I love her.
Okay.
But I think she's the first one who said I love you.
Oh.
I actually disagree. No, I was the first person to call you babe, but love you, it came from him.
Okay.
And I remember I could not breathe for like a very long time. But he had been doing all these things, and I'm like, okay. So I'd look at the other girls in my class, and I'm like, Baby, does Pete take you for walks in Arboretum? No. I'm like, okay. Oh, does he Dikisha you to the bus stop? You know? And I realized, oh, but he's doing some things just for me.
Yeah.
And I started getting, but as long as you've not told me exclusive, I just kept it at that. But now that happened, I think, way down in our relationship. The I love you bits. That one took a minute.
Yeah.
That one took like a whole year in our relationship for him to say that. But I remember it was just awkward because we're in a Christian setting. We're not allowed. There are so many rules, so we were not allowed to fall in love. In a way, you were not allowed to date. So it was some of those things you didn't allow your even emotions to feel, but it was so evident you were really liking each other. Yeah, so he was the one who said, I actually, we are not even sure, but I believe it's him who said, I love you. It's a long time ago, but I know for a fact I'm the first person to call him. I was the one to first call him babe. And I remember that as well was also very awkward. We laughed, we were like, oh my God, because it was sis, bro. It was like that for a long time.
Yeah.
And she sees, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You call each other sis.
Yeah,
So like,
initially. Yeah.
That's
You
how
know,
we
you
had
have
been
to-
trained in
you
the
have to-
in
you
the,
have
in
to-
the
Somebody can
ministry.
actually
You have to
jump
play
from,
safe.
there's really a
There's
question.
progression.
Can somebody move from friend zone to, you can only,
You
actually
can.
move from
Aye.
that zone.
Completely.
Yeah,
Completely.
he was bro for the longest time, bro,
Okay.
and he was like such a
Played
nice
safe.
brother. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Now he's a husband. So
So when did you all decide to get married? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one question.
Yeah.
And why?
yeah. No, wow.
I
Yeah, you
think-
answer that. Yeah.
You know, we, like we mentioned, 7 years in between, 2 years long distance. So of course you're not sure, will you come back, will you wait for me, So there's all those things going on. So we hadn't yet decided that we'll get married because we didn't know when and how life will unfold. But before she left and went to the States, we made a commitment and said, we'll wait for each other. Yeah, we'll wait for each other. Because we had a very serious meeting somewhere in the CBD, in the streets, standing, and talked about, this is the defining point. We decide whether we'll wait or you take your path, I take my path.
Yeah.
Okay? I still remember that street, somewhere near, I can't remember the name of the building. Yeah, but we discussed and said we'll wait for each other. So once we made that decision, I continued with my life here knowing I have someone I'm waiting for. She continued with her life knowing that, so even with the many people who came her way, said, my son is good for you. She was like, no, I have someone in Kenya loves me, someone in Nairobi is waiting
I
for
had
me.
a lot of sweeters in the
Yeah.
States, because I was a church girl.
Yeah.
So all the mamas there were like their sons, open your eyes. There's this girl from Kenya, she's the best, I used to wear my long skirts. I was so well behaved. They had not seen that there. So they were like, this is the girl to marry. And I'd be like, I have a boyfriend in Kenya. I have a boyfriend in Kenya, I have a boyfriend in Kenya. Yeah, and we were like that for 2 years.
Yeah.
You wanted
Yeah.
to come back home also, yeah?
No, the plan wasn't
No.
to come back. Actually, I wanted him to join me. So we had started looking for schools for him to come because I went there as a student. It didn't work out. The reason I came back was completely different. I started sinking to depression and things like that. So my mom was just like, come back to Kenya. Yeah. So, but the plan was he joins me there. Yeah, we start our life there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you just stayed loyal. And
We stayed loyal, yes. And then now, when we came back, we were not ready for marriage. I was in school, that's where we met. You know, in university,
University,
yes.
yeah.
He was in Kenyatta University, which was not far from where we were. So he'd come to school over lunchtime. Evo too, sometimes I'd be like, this guy is not serious with life, you know. And, you know, we had break. It was chaotic at that point. But there's a time we met, I remember, and then we were just like, this is leading to marriage. Like, let's stop playing. We are not kids anymore. But that time we were like 23 Apple. We are not kids anymore.
23?
Yeah.
You decided to start getting serious at 23?
Yeah,
That's
yes,
still
because
quite
we
young,
got married.
but
He was
mature,
25.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. When we
Wow,
got married, yeah,
really?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were young.
You're young, but you knew what you want.
No, we knew. We were not playing. We were not playing. We didn't date around. Yeah, so it was either together or tumekosana. You know, I would try look for a boyfriend I could not get. You know.
I think what you were doing was comparing.
I think so, and then I'd also hear a lot of stories from my friends. So I'm
Yeah.
like, at Nigerian streets, there are women like that. I'm like,
no,
eh?
let me go back to I know what
You know,
right.
I was utoto and everything. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a very confusing state. So these days I really help young people who tell me I'm dating this guy, but I feel like there's so much more for me out there. I tell them, by the way, there's nothing much out there. Yeah, just
really?
if you really for real, like when it comes to love, yeah. Huyu mwenye amekupenda, huyo
Chukua
ukaa tu
tu.
naye, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you play around, you lose this person, and then you'll be
Because
disappointed by
For
that.
you, you've known the importance of having support in a life partner.
Yeah,
And I guess that's why you'd advise somebody else.
Yeah.
That, no, you know what? Don't just.
Yeah, let's not experiment.
Don't experiment
Yeah.
too much. Because
Yeah.
if you do that, you'll have too many things.
you'll have too many, you'll have too much
lose a lot of-
baggage, you'll
yeah,
have too much
yeah.
soul ties, whatever they're called.
Okay.
You know, you'll have all these things.
Yeah.
As opposed to this person who really loves you. Maybe they're not where you want them to be in life, but give them a chance, give them time.
Okay.
Yeah, like when we met, he was nothing close to what he is right now. From dressing to even now have a funny story. Because this is a Valentine's edition.
Yeah.
So there's a time he came to USIU, Valentine's Day. He had bought a shirt. Where did you buy that shirt?
I don't even know.
Githurai, I think Githurai. It was a red shirt. I think alibe usiku.
Oh my god.
Ilikuwa imeandikwa
It had
glam.
glitters.
It had glitter. It was shining like this.
Okay.
Me, I saw him there.
She was almost running away.
Me, I was
You know the way
so
USIU has all these bougie
annoyed.
You
guys.
were like, oh yeah.
Like, who's this guy in
So
a red?
angry at him. It's Valentine's Day,
Glittering.
umevaa red, and then you in a
Glam.
glitter shirt, then imeandikwa glam. You're a,
And then whose boyfriend is that? Not mine. Not mine.
not mine. I don't know
I
him.
think we broke up after that.
I was
No
so
problem.
embarrassed. So that's how far we've come. You know,
Yeah.
he was that guy, and you know, even me, I had my own faults and everything. So it just groom. No, let's not do this. And maybe that's a bad idea. And then even him just helping me,
Yeah.
you know, come out with my confidence as a very shy person, reserved, but he's helped me come out. I was like, this is your path. This is your calling. Be confident about it. Yeah. So he's called those things out of me. Yeah, and the same for him.
Okay.
Yeah, we were nothing close to this.
Okay.
A lot of utoto, a lot of our conversations were very childish. But it was the age anyway. That was the then. But
Yeah.
yeah, now you know. So I advise people just give the person a chance.
chance.
They're not chapping you, they're not mean, they're not, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, just give them a chance.
Okay, of course there are those extremes, yeah.
The extremes, of
Yes,
course. I
and
listen, of course.
like,
But if you're just leaving him because you feel there's something more out there for you, chances are 90% you'll be disappointed by life. Shikilia to your wako. They're not all that right now, but just give them a chance. You'll be
Okay,
so
so I've
surprised.
gotten one reason why you got married,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That you had a support system. You saw somebody who was bringing out the best in you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Other reasons why you get married. Like, I feel like nowadays people are getting married for, is there something like a wrong reason? But there's
Yeah.
a wrong reason to get married.
There
So
is,
the
yeah.
reasons why you two decided, you know what, let's stop playing games now. Like, what
It's that just finding home in him. For him, he also found someone who'd listen. I think you can
Yeah.
explain that.
You know, if you find someone good, yeah, don't try to spoil
That.
the whole good vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by
Yeah.
good I mean there are things you can look at to know if someone is good for you. One of the things you can look at is something I call conversion rate.
Okay.
How quickly are you becoming better?
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
What is the rate at which I, as Pete, am becoming better in life? Becoming more responsible, becoming more focused, becoming more diligent,
Yeah.
becoming more, responsible as a man. And the rate at which that is happening should tell you there's an influence around your life
Okay.
that is pushing you to us to become better.
Okay.
That is a very good sign to know this is the one for me. Okay? If you have someone who they came into your life and you are regressing, okay? You're becoming less responsible.
Yeah.
You have no concern or care for your family.
Family, you started
You're
hating your mom
not
because
a
of this
good
guy.
employee. You're just coming in late and stuff like that.
You picked up alcohol or drugs
And
as a
then you
result of
trace
this
back
relationship.
and say it's because of this relationship.
That's
Then you know what you're in for.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, I knew the 7 years we were together, dating, the conversion rate for me as Pete was so high. I became a better man, a better person. She became a better woman, a better responsible person.
Yeah, even like our mom, because we are very strong in our faith. So just pushing the other person to like, are you becoming a better Christian? Are you becoming a better son to your mom? Are you calling your mom? Are you talking to people? Are you visiting your sister? Such things.
Okay.
Those are things that's what made me marry him. I also married this guy. I think the number one reason until today is because of his consistency. He's the same guy I met in high school when he was 17 years old. And now in our mid-30s, same person.
Yeah.
Like, everything he's told me from day one, still maintains it.
Consistent, yeah?
Consistent.
Okay.
There's no one day he said, he's never said anything. Like, never. You're smart, you're brilliant, you're a world changer. The same words he's always told me. So for me, that was it. I was like, I need this person in my life because he's just consistent. He never changes. He's just, what's the word for that? He's just that guy. Evil too, when you call what you see, it's what you get.
Your love language is basically words of affirmation.
Yeah, but this one, love languages change with life and
with
things.
life,
Yeah, but yes. There was a time it was words of affirmation, and he just remains super consistent with everything he's ever said to me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's never said one thing, I regret, maybe I regret. Never. What he said to me is that when we met to now and 3 children later, same thing.
Yeah. Now it's 8 years in marriage.
Yes.
Yeah. Almost
Yes.
8. When is your anniversary?
July.
So that's
So in
almost
February.
8. Yeah.
Yes.
So almost 8 years in marriage. 3 kids later. The hardest thing you've had to go through in your marriage is?
It's
losing our daughter.
Losing our daughter.
Yes. Yeah. We
That's
lost.
the hardest.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
No one, you are never prepared enough, and you don't even prepare for loss.
Yeah.
Never. So
Yeah.
it happened to us, and I can say that's the single most hardest thing.
But has it worked to bring you guys together, or those
Absolutely.
100%.
drift?
If there's one thing that brought us together, which is funny,
Yes.
is that.
If there's a year we enjoyed our marriage, it was
And
the
we
year
were
of
close,
loss.
and we were
Yeah.
agreeing on stuff, we were
We
understanding
were
of each
walking
other.
in such.
It was the same
so
year we
good.
lost
It
our
was-
daughter.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
sometimes you can't really explain some of these things.
Yeah.
But they say 70% of couples who go through child loss
Yeah.
end up in divorce.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. I've
So-
read that
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, because
it's
of
possible.
blame, you're like it's your fault, and then there's some blames that are too hard to take, and so you end up drifting away. For us, we drifted towards each other.
Yes.
We drifted towards each other because we're like, there's nowhere else we'll get support.
Yes.
It's only crying at each other's laps and shoulders. You, more than anyone else, feels my pain, and I feel your pain because we've shared a pain that it's for both of us.
Yeah.
And so we just became closer and closer. Yeah.
Okay. So how would you say couples can? I don't know. There's no way you can copy paste a situation, a scenario. Contexts are different. Couples are different. But
Yeah.
how to maneuver hard stuff like that and stay together? Like I'm having this challenge of seeing so many couples break up.
Yeah.
Lovely
Yeah.
couples,
Yeah.
beautiful couples out
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking most of these things could be things that actually can be talked about.
Yeah.
Maybe could have been dealt with earlier.
Yeah.
So maybe what you can say about that, how to maneuver through the hard stuff.
I think there's some lessons people need to learn before they get married. Yeah. I think our generation, I don't want to speak in general, but just a few friends I've had and a few challenges we've had, we have a very low threshold to pain. Yeah, our folks went through stuff that could have, you know, finished an entire community, but they soldiered on. I'm not saying people should keep quiet. There are things that, of course, you can't deal with, and they need to be addressed. But then again, there are things that, you know, like when we hear of our parents who've been married for all these years, some of the challenges they've gone through, you're like, yani mulipitia, all those things.
Yeah.
So it's like the threshold for handling hard things is reducing.
It has.
And there's a lot more, my freedom, my right, you know, I can't go through that again. I'm not feeling you again. We are not. Now, those ones, there's a way to deal with them. Sit with older couple, hear about people's issues. And then you realize our issues are not too complicated. It's not rocket science, by the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes the problem is when you're so caught up and you're drinking your own Kool-Aid, you're like, there's no other challenge bigger than our challenge in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Step out, learn, listen, watch YouTube videos, get a couple, an elderly couple, and find out, by the way, what have you guys had to storm over the years?
Even your parents, if they're still married, just hear them out.
You find that people went through, they've lost 2 children, all right? Almost divorcing. They have gone through, you know, evictions, financial crisis. They've gone through anything a couple could go through, they've gone through, and they've still managed to see the other side of, you know, of the day, all right? Those are lessons that we can pick on this end that can spice up our marriage and make us have better perspective. But if challenge yetu tu ni, oh, you didn't buy for me flowers for Valentines, I'm not saying it's not a big challenge, but
you better.
I'm like, it's not, si lazima, it's not. There's this song that this lady has put out, it's so funny.
Which one is that?
Jackie Vicky,
it's your lazima.
It's not a must.
It's not a must. You know, like there are things you can actually grow out of. Okay? And so that's one of the things I'd say. If you're a couple, just find, I know it sounds boring. Okay? I know it sounds boring. Oh, government. I know it sounds boring. But let me tell you, if you want this thing to last, you will do boring stuff. Okay? You will meet people who you're like, why are we meeting these people again? You know? But they're there to help you, you know? You'll go through therapy when you don't feel like going through therapy. You'll read books when you don't feel like reading books, if it means something to you. If it doesn't, then chill out, do what you feel like you're doing, but there's something that will ensue out of that.
You have something to say about this?
No, I completely agree with him. And you know, I am not an advocate for just sticking together for the sake of looking married or whatever. No. If you're unhappy, if you've tried everything and it's not working, maybe, you know, but there's need for some perseverance. Kuvumiliana. You know, my mom would tell me such things. There's a funny thing she told me when I was getting married. When you get married, don't sit with one bad chick. Sit with both. And she said in Kikamba, and it's so funny. Sit with both. Like own it. You know, like own the place, own your home, own your marriage, own your man. Like if he ever focuses you and says, pick your things and go, pick him because it's yours. You're like, Sawa, I'll pick my things. You're one of them. You know, like own it, because I think people are getting married with one bad chick. Like you just say you're ready for just one wrong move, you move. Own it. Kaa hapo na ukae na useme nimefika and nothing's moving me here. But I'm saying now, if there's abuse, if whatever, that's another case. But easy vitu zingine, communication, whatever, work through it, do the boring stuff like he said. You know, you should see us. We have challenges. We challenge ourselves. We take things from online. We study. We're like, this whole week we'll focus on kindness. We'll be just nice to each other. Don't be mean. Don't raise your voice. Just be nice. Those are boring things. But they help you. So you just start picking, but they have actually been, my tone has been really rude to him. So you pick that and you know you start behaving better. And it makes your marriage better. You become better friends, better. That's to everyone. Also praying together. It really helps. Having very difficult situations. Supporting each other through traumas. When you lost a child, you have to go through therapy. That therapy revealed there's a lot of trauma from our childhood. For me, it was the primary school I went to. For him, it was some dynamics in his family. So dealing with all those things. Now it's me now, because we've recognized there was that issue. Now helping him through it, him helping me through mine. That's work. That's work you put in your marriage. It's not fireworks. It's not sex all the time. It's not lovey-dovey butterflies in your stomach. It's actually just going through those crying moments, being there, speaking life to this person who's very discouraged.
Yeah.
And I had to ask a very hard question, yeah? Despite losing a very, very, okay, a baby, right?
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
And I'm sure she would have been very adorable.
Yes.
You still give a chance of giving back again, yeah? Because your story is interesting.
Yes.
You lose,
Yes.
and then immediately after you're pregnant
Yes,
again.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
was
Somehow
that
God
hope
does.
for you, yeah? To continue going on and going on, like.
You know, when
You
we
wanted-
started life, we wanted 3 children. I wanted a boy, a girl, and a boy. And I did have my boy, my girl, and my boy. So there's a part of me that feels like actually God has given us what we
given you
need.
what
It's
you
only
need.
that one is not in our care.
Heaven.
So sometimes I feel like we're actually okay. We're good, you know? Because for us, the whole pregnancy, it's very traumatizing. Our experiences are not as beautiful as some others, as other people. So we also recognize that, right? So when you hold the baby, it's a blessing, it's a beautiful thing. But the process for us, it's not glamorous at all. It's very scary. It's doctor's appointments. It's very expensive. But I don't limit God as well. But where I stand right now,
Yeah.
I'm very okay.
You're very
I'm
okay.
very okay with my 3 babies.
That's the answer, yeah.
Though one is not here,
Yeah.
me where I stand
Yeah.
as Julie.
As Julie.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole process has just been very traumatic, even on my body,
Yeah.
physically, because I had a back-to-back pregnancy with, after I lost my daughter, I conceived my son 3 months later. So I had 2 children in 1 year. That took a very big toll on my body. So right now it's when I'm recovering. So yeah, the thought of pregnancy scares me.
Yeah. I think the same
What
goes
else?
for you.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
You've
Well,
given
under
up on
him.
saying,
Under him is like,
If there are stages you can skip, if you can skip
yeah,
the first trimester and the
the
third
last
trimester.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Second is
the-
beautiful.
Second is beautiful.
Yeah.
But you see, that's not pregnancy.
Yeah.
That is wishful thinking. Yeah. So because of the complications in pregnancies that we go through, we're like, maybe let's not take that route
Yeah.
for now. You know, or again. So that's the place we're at. We're happy.
Yeah.
We're content, and we are good to go.
Amen. I love that.
Yeah.
And wait, so we are all Christians here, I believe the 3 of us.
Yes, yeah.
And I believe the Bible says that you have to, you respect your
Yeah.
husband
Yeah.
and love
Love your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, basically? And like, how do you hold that to show love to Julie every day? Like, do you have to remind yourself that every day through the hardest? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that it just comes naturally?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's why the command to
Wow.
love,
Wow.
the command to love was given to the man,
Yeah.
because you have to organize yourself as a man to agree with yourself that your love is for one woman.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's the biggest challenge for a man, where you can
I like that
agree.
you can admit that.
Yeah, where you
Yeah.
can agree, because guys give 50% to this chick or lady, 20 to this one, 10 to this one, 10 to this one. But when you can, everything in you agrees it's one person, then there are things that you are now,
Yeah.
you're confident
yeah.
about, all right?
Yeah.
And so it's not easy, okay?
But it's also not hard, right?
It's not hard.
Yeah.
It's hard work. You have to put in the work, all right? For me, from my end as a man, it means a lot of sacrifice. That's what it means.
Yeah.
It means a lot of responsibility. That's how I decode love.
Okay.
It means a lot of care. It means a lot of sensitivity and understanding. It means a lot of covering my family, covering my wife. So that's what it means for me. So love is not just
It's not
I
just
love
one,
you. It's not a
one
feeling.
Yeah.
That feeling
It
is
has
one
many
of the things.
Yeah.
Okay? But there's a lot more expression in love, all right? And because we're Christian, the book Corinthians 13, 1 Corinthians 13 talks about what love is,
Yeah.
And so expressing that to my wife, which did not start when I said I do.
No.
The journey started 7 years before.
Yeah.
The testing, the sacrifice, the taking her home
Yeah.
in a matatu to her house, and I have to go back home at night.
Oh my.
All right. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes there are downsides to starting to date very early, you know.
But there's
it's
nothing wrong with
sweet.
that. Yeah, it's sweet.
sweet,
Yeah.
it's so
You know?
sweet.
Because you didn't have cars.
You
Like,
didn't have
so, yeah.
cars.
Yeah,
And then
I had to-
taxis, there's no Uber.
There was no,
like,
what do you mean
You
Uber?
even
Like,
have money for Uber.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah, I
you
know.
know,
That time you don't have
yeah, you don't have money, so I had to take her home.
and he wanted to. It's not like he had to take
Yeah.
me,
Go
right?
go back to my place.
And this is a long
and
distance.
I'm meeting her the
I
next
was
day
living
also.
in one side of the town and he's living on the extreme side of the town. Because he just wanted to spend time together.
Yeah,
He wanted
it's
to make sure I've
like
reached home safe. You know, so yeah, we do it for me in town after classes or whatever. We get to the same job. I pick her home and it's far. And then he'll also take the mat back and he's all right back, we're still on the phone together.
And this is why, let me just say, this is why I have a problem, just me. If you teach your man to get used to convenience, you're spoiling him. If you're the only one who's always coming to him, babe, where are you? I'm coming where you are.
Okay.
I'm coming where you are.
I'll take care of the bill.
I'll
I'll
take care of
do
them. No. Don't teach him.
Mwanaume bidii.
Yeah? Let the man sweat.
Let him
the
sweat.
man pursue. Let the man come after you.
Yeah.
Let the man be worried how he's taking you out for dinner and how he'll dress up and how he's paying for it and how he's getting you home.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, yeah.
Let him get used to that life because that's my life now.
Yeah.
I can't, you know, I have to make sure my wife is okay.
Yeah.
I have to take care of her needs. I have to make sure that, you know, she feels safe. I have to make sure that she's fully comfortable.
Yeah.
If I didn't get used to those behaviors
And you're on.
earlier on, you know, there'd be a problem.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't have gotten to our 8 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too much, you
Yeah.
know. So don't
Yeah.
don't just be the one who's constantly making life convenient for you. I'm not saying be hard or difficult. Let the guy
Let
put
them
in
let
some
work.
work.
Yeah.
But then that brings the aspect of expectations.
Yeah.
You know, there's a way I would have expectations of someone,
Yeah.
and then they can't really even meet them. Like I expect them to buy this for me, take care like this, do this and this, and they cannot meet these expectations. But you see, you're talking about the unsaid rules. Like you need to be able to know that I'm supposed to open the door for me. Take
But
me home.
you see, it's a communication thing.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, and like I said, you've come from very different backgrounds, right? Me, my parents have been married 40 years.
Yeah.
His parents split at some point, so he has not been used to seeing dad opening doors and doing things. He never saw that.
Yeah.
So, but it didn't stop him, right? So there are things you start teaching yourself, and then you also communicate. This is a very big need for
You
me.
have to say
Me,
that,
my dad
okay.
is the biggest protector. He's the biggest protector. Even to date, my dad will punch you on your face if you did anything to his kids. I remember Kitambo when you get into trouble at school and the school will be like, bring your parents. My dad will always be on my side. It doesn't matter if I'm the one on the wrong. He'll always be on my side. And they used to feel so much protection from that, yeah? He'll, on our right back, he'd be like, where? You know?
Yeah.
But when you're there with the teacher, he's on your side.
Yeah.
And I saw that with him. When we started over our journey, it wasn't like that, right?
So ladies actually look for guys in their fathers.
Not
say.
really, but there are things that he knows I value with everything in me.
Yeah.
I want to feel safe. And that is a big deal to me. That's a deal breaker for me. Like it is a very, so I communicate that to him. And then with time he started picking, so now he's like my biggest protector. There's a time I was in trouble because of this, she said, he said, something like that. He was on my side and he was, encouraging me, and I was the one on the wrong. And that made me feel so like protected. Yes, he called out me later in private, like, hey babe, that one, But in the heat of the moment, he was by me, and that speaks volume. So if you leave your boyfriend right now that you just met, you've not understood his background, what he's had to deal with in life to make him the way he is. My husband was the hardest person. He was like a rock. And Peter means rock. So it's like this guy actually just Mickey Mawe. He didn't have any emotions. Nothing made him happy. Nothing made him sad. He was just there,
Yeah.
And it used to irritate me so much. Because me, I have extremes. Me, I can be, I'm the screamer, I'm excited, I'm moved when I want to cry, I'll cry, So you this guy who's just so, and then I've worked on that. It's taken years.
Yeah.
But now he's in a place where he can actually, if you surprise him right now, you will see the emotions on his face. Before you surprise him and it look like he's just drinking water in his house. Like, Mawe. And it used to irritate me so much.
Yeah.
So yes. Yeah, I've answered. I've tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
saying, I'm not advocating for go hard on the guy.
No,
or,
no.
It's just there are things. Let me tell you, there are complexities as men we must learn to handle. It's life.
That's life.
Because life will be like that. You'll have to handle complexities about protecting your family, providing for your family, dealing with hard things, dealing with stuff that, even through loss, we went through loss, both of us, but there's still a place I have to step in and still cover. You know, and
He
provide
kind
care.
of had to be strong also for me, you know.
And do all the. But Sasa, if my mind was not developed through dating to handle complexities, I'm just used to. My wife is the one who comes, gets me where I'm at. You know, she's the one who comes for me, bail me out every time, console me out every time. You know, handle everything every time for me. There's a conversation at work. She's the one who comes and sorts things. No.
Let me
Learn
tell
to
you,
handle
that's why
these
old
things.
school love. You know what? No matter how much the world evolves, there's some things that will always remain. And to me, the old school kind of loving, where the man takes his position and the woman takes their position, me think that's the secret. Tuache, let's stop all these things we are doing, because those are the things that are complicating marriage and leading to what you're saying. Provide, be there, you know, be present. Kuwa mgumu, yani si mgumu, I mean like just be a man, you know. Don't be soft. I see a lot of soft men and I'm like, why are you being soft? Like, you're being carried by emotion here to this, oh yeah, even you have trauma. And I recognize this trauma, and I really do, because I've also gone through it. But there's also come a place where you choose for yourself. You know, choose this day. Choose, you know what? I'll be there for my family. I've gone through this, I'll take care of that through prayer and therapy and talking to people. But tuache kukua hivi soft, and then women, we've had to become hard because our men have become soft. So you umekuwa mwanaume sasa, you're the one calling shots, you're the one buying lands, and I'm all for that. But then again, pendwa, itikia kupendwa, itikia kuspoiliwa. Allow this man to pamper you. You know, we've gotten to a place now we are the one pampering ourselves. We are buying everything we're doing, you know, because men have really slackened down. And I'm not blaming men. I'm also blaming ourselves as women, because are we giving a chance to these men to actually show themselves? You know, are we giving them time to prove themselves? So yeah, I'm all for that. Like, you know, Valentine's Day, treat yourself. It's okay, treat yourself, but then again, if he wants to treat you, treat you. You know, my mom used to tell me all the time. There's a time he'd send chocolates to me, and because I'm angry, I'd be like, "Ata sikuli." My mom would be like, "Kula is a chocolate." You know, ukipenda pendeka, like eat those. My dear, eat them. If you want to take it for coffee, go eat that. Drink. You know, just allow this person to love you. Allow to be spoiled. Allow it.
I was going to ask you also. Now you're answering the next question, but I guess I can still ask you in case you've forgotten something to say. That still we are Christians, right? And there's that part where we are empowered women as well, educated and all that, exposed. It's all that knowledge that we have now. But what does being a wife mean to you today, right? Despite being, I am also a woman empowerment advocate, 100%. But I actually have areas where I draw the line. I think sometimes people would say, "Are you really a feminist if you believe like this and that?" But then either way, I understand that there are things that are being asked for me as a Christian also. So I wanted to understand also from you. Being a mother and a wife today, being married and staying married, what does that mean to you? And like, how are you maneuvering that, knowing all that you know and all that can be out there?
Me, I think it's because I really listen. I really study the Word of God, right? And I know there's a place for meekness. There's a place for a quiet and gentle spirit. And he's telling you I'm a very strong personality. And it takes a lot of, I don't know how to say the word, work. But, you know, it takes a lot for me to just be meek and gentle. And I know that's my position. I think just understanding who you are in this man's life. He's the leader of this family. He's the priest of this family. I'm not out here to correct him, to pick on him, no, me, I'm here to help him, you know, in his thing. And he supports me as a result, you know. Gone are the days that, you know, we would stay at home as women and men go for masters and do all these things and, you know, PhDs, and they've traveled all over the country, umeacha hapo nyumbani na watoto. Those days are gone. But also just communicating that need for, maybe I think I want to go back to school. And we have these funds saved somewhere, and I've gotten a scholarship. And him agreeing and saying, Sawa, I think I can take from work, I can take a sabbatical for a year, support you guys, travel with you wherever you'll be going, you know. So for me, it's a place of meekness. Like, I'm also a very big advocate for women's rights. I'm very vocal about it, but also I'm very vocal about, there's a reason why God said he's the head. And there's nothing wrong with me being a help for him. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually love that position. And Maramob, you'll find that it's actually us women who call the shots. Yeah, even just the running of our household.
Yeah, it's the women.
It's us.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? As in, even anything. Like, he wouldn't buy a car without consulting.
Consulting you.
Like,
you're the help, but you're the leader.
what are you talking about? Probably he wants a black car. Yeah, I'll be like, dude, no, we're buying a white car, and we'll end up buying the white car. So it's our place is so powerful. Just recognizing that, and that helps our union to stand, and it helps me feel seen and heard, and I don't feel, but I'm not always punching him down. No, even me, I'm a person. Funny me, I'm not a you. We don't have those conversations. Yeah. If I need to do something, I need to go travel for work. Maybe I have a job. I create content. So he should be able to support you without you being rude or override him or making him be down. No, he still has this powerful position as your husband, but also supporting you becoming the best you. Yeah, and may feel like he's just the best cheerleader for me. Yeah, he's never made me feel like you're smaller than I am. No, I don't think there's even that conversation. Yeah, and the respect thing doesn't come easy as well for women. You talked about love. Let me say about respect. In our initial years of marriage, there's a time he just told me, baby, don't respect me. And I was like, wait, what? And I had to really, really think about it. And I was like, because I was always picking on him. Even my tone, the way he talked, And I decided, I think I said it through a prayer that God teach me, I don't even know how this looks like. And I know my mom is a very great example, but I just wanted to know it for myself. And I just started exercising tone, watch your tone, respectful, firm. If it's a conversation that requires me to be firm about something I really feel strongly about, but respectful. Don't put him down. In public, I don't air that laundry. I do not do those things. Even like sometimes, yes, we do pick on each other. We pick on each other a lot, but it's usually in our presence of very close friends. We enjoy, we laugh about it. But we've never gotten to that place where I, like calling names. We've never exchanged kutukanana. We've never done it ever in our marriage. Just because we are very submitted to what does God say about this. It can be solved. If you're both angry, baby, everyone time out, everyone go to your corner, everyone go to your corner. Let's not talk about it. Yeah, as long as you feel like it'll lead to some disrespect. Yeah.
Okay. I usually I go with my interviews with the flow. But I've been looking at your tattoo and wondering.
Yes.
I didn't want to get back to the law story.
Yeah.
Sorry. But it's just that I'm wondering. Does it remind you of him or something?
No.
Every time you look at it?
No.
Like,
it's life.
Okay.
It reminds me of life. And for me, so the only task for a parent who's gone through loss is to keep their child's memory alive. Because I feel like everyone forgot about her. Because it was just at birth. So, so to many people, they forgot because I got another one immediately, But to me, it was a whole life here. So it sparks a conversation. I get to tell people about her, that she existed. This is her actual heartbeat. Actual heartbeat. So alikuwa hapa, and I like telling people about that. And the name, and now this has become a very popular name because of the show. There's a show on one of the big platforms.
Yes.
So I'm like, the better. People get to know actually.
Zora.
So for me, I love it because it's a conversation starter. It's me keeping my daughter's memory alive. If I could have tweet across my face, I would. It's one of those things we forever want to. It happened. She was here. Not for long, but she was here. Even my husband got one on his So for us it's just to keep the memory alive. Even just for ourselves, even for me, I never want to forget. Like even on her birthday I didn't cry, and I had to question myself, like, why haven't I cried today? So is it nimehila ama nimemove on ama I don't even know. But I had to really ask myself some tough questions, and I realized it's actually my day was busy, which is good. So I know we can talk till Tomorrow.
Yeah. I can see that happening. But before we started, I had asked you to write your thank you notes.
Yeah.
Do you want to read yourself or you want him to read?
He reads mine, and then I read his.
So which one was you? Let's see. This is you. So maybe read this for. Yeah?
So what was the question? 5.
Yeah? Gratitude.
Okay.
So what you're grateful for.
Okay. So who's going first?
Ladies first, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, so he says I'm his biggest support and cheerleader. Oh. And then that I love our boys with everything. I do. I love those people. And then it bring color and life makes me pop.
Oh.
Yeah. So I make you pop.
Yeah.
Oh, I make him pop. So I bring life and color, and you can see color. He loves our companionship. We are really good friends.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Okay.
And that she's beautiful.
Yes.
So you go ahead.
So she said, very generous, great provider for my kids and I. Okay. Very funny and makes my days. Okay.
You know, makes his days. He's very funny. You know, a lot of people don't know him as a funny person. Actually, most people don't.
I would say it's you. Like you're
In
so
our
funny.
home, he's the funniest.
I'm the clown in our house.
In our home, he makes me crack. Like ile machozi, like every day.
You know mapenzi wewe.
For real, maybe they're all of you because you're not in love. Probably. Maybe mapenzi is strong.
Super handsome and we share beautiful kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, his support in my endeavors. Okay. Grateful that we enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Yeah, the companionship he also talked about.
Yeah, like
that's a very important thing in marriage.
You know, we enjoy being together to a point where we are like,
even I
this is
being
too
with you
much.
guys here, I
Like,
just feel
this-
relaxed.
Yeah,
at
is this
home.
too
Like, you're all
much? Should
just-
we?
Do you need
Do you need to go somewhere?
Do you need a life?
Life.
Do you need a life? Do you need people outside of us, you know? Yeah. And I don't take it for granted one bit. One bit, I don't take it for
love it,
granted.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a rare thing in marriage. Yeah. But once you have it, cultivate it, keep it there. Because we were friends long before we started dating. And because we dated for long, you know, that was picking on each other, kuchekeleana. Even just this morning, he had worn a hat and I was like, dude, like stop. Like it won't even work, you know, and teasing him. And so we do that a lot. Yeah. It's very important in marriage because marriage can get very boring very quickly.
So how do you spice things up when you're done?
First, just great sense of humor. Find something you really, both of you enjoy.
Yeah.
A nice show you can watch together.
Yeah.
Do you believe in that, having a calendar of events? Like we don't try to make our marriage boring. So this year, we must do this. And do
It's
this.
good to
tried
have
it.
them. We've tried. Yeah.
We've tried, but sometimes I think it's better when it's organic.
When it's organic. It
So
works
the
better
funny
when it's
thing is,
organic.
we've tried routines for the two of us
And schedules.
and
all this
schedules.
stuff, yeah.
We are like after day 2, we are like, Aki,
This is
Because
so
it's
boring.
this is just
It's
too
not
mechanical.
us, yeah.
You know, so we enjoy organic. What is it called? Spur of the moment.
Yeah. So sometimes after the kids have slept,
creativity.
so they sleep by 7:38,
Yeah.
and we are just there at home at night, and it's like, let's go for coffee, you know. We sneak out of the house, you know, with the kids so that they don't hear us. You know, we grab a Java, we go back home, you know. Yeah, so things like that. It's what keeps it spicy. Make fun of each other, have a sense of humor. Enjoy look for something you'll enjoy. Like we like watching some of these comedians on YouTube. Such things. Yeah. Just try keep it fun, keep it lively. Sikila sa serious things, sikila sa crisis aversion. No, sometimes just laugh at each other. Yeah, just tell him, Aki, you're so lucky you got me. Wewe, you're so lucky. You're so lucky.
You say that a lot.
Well, what? No. He also says that a lot, you know, because he's so calm. Me, I freak out. Like I told you, there's something you're doing right now and it's freaking me out.
Yeah.
He's a calm voice. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, why are you scared? As in,
What's that?
what is this? You know, and now I'm like, oh, baby, yeah. So when such times he tells me, thank God you married me, because he makes me calm down. Yeah, because I'm like, yeah. Thank
So what are
you.
your Valentines,
So
Aki, I'm one of those people who cringe at Valentine's.
don't have we're supposed to have dinner with some friends yesterday, but everyone pulled out.
Manzi.
So we're like, Aki.
A dress up thing. Everyone was like, oh, this happened, this
No, I'm
happened, this
glad they
happened.
did, because maybe you'd have told me in the morning. Christine, I don't think I'd wait.
No, we slept still late, very
Yeah.
late. Yeah, but
Yeah,
no,
so-
we would have come.
So we were to do something on Friday with some friends. It didn't happen. Valentine's is when? It's
a Monday.
2 days
It's a
away.
Monday.
It's a Monday. It'll just
No
be
pressure,
another.
though.
No
Imagine
pressure.
for us,
Tuesday.
for real,
No
it's
pressure.
for me, it's a cringe. Like
Yeah.
the whole thing just makes me just be nice to each other every day. Yeah. But there's a cake I ordered, so I
Yeah,
think we'll
we're
have
having
me and the
cake.
boys. I don't know his plans for
Yeah,
me,
having cake.
but I've hinted to
I
my
don't know
my
your plans
firstborn.
for me.
So I told you this cake.
That's not my plan. That's for us. That's for the entire
At
family.
least I get to know a socks, okay, you know?
At least
Like,
personalized gift.
I hinted to my son, so it's my son to tell him. Like I tell daddy.
Daddy, this is what Mom
I'll
went
send
to
him
my-
Mm-hmm.
to tell him also what I want.
Okay, so I do that. So, and then if you get a point now in marriage where all these crazy expectations you put, just let him know early. So me this year, I'm turning a big year milestone birthday. I've never had a surprise thing. I've never had a whole event planned for me. For the first time in my life, I'm like, maybe I think I kind of want people there to clap for me and sing for me.
Okay.
I've always wanted just us or the kids. Yeah, my birthday is every that way. So for the first time, I'm like, so hint it early. My birthday is in August. Let him know early, so he starts planning.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for him to osmosis to, and I'll be so disappointed he doesn't get, communicate it early, communicate it, we do that.
Yeah.
Just let them know so early. Yeah, it's flowers I want, yes.
Okay.
Baby, this place, yes. This particular flowers, yes. Those ones, bring me those ones. Not assume he'll know. And then he brings me blue flowers. I can't stand the blue flowers.
Anyway, we're done with our interview, with our conversation. I think I invite you guys again and again.
Thank you.
because it's so
Thank you.
interesting. Yeah.
Thank you
so
for having
much
us.
Thank you so
you.
much for gracing the show.
Yeah.
Asante.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Asante.
Really appreciate. Thank you for having
Asante.
us.
Yeah, you both lovely. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. On the Grind Coffee Bar and Restaurant, I've walked this journey with you with Women Today show. We hosted here the Zuri Award-winning celebration that I was awarded last year, and today they've been kind enough to offer us this space. You can find them also here at Riara, along Riara Road, corporate office suites, right? So thank you so much, the team at On the Grind Coffee Shop and Bar Restaurant. Happy to be here to have this edition.